Have you ever chased something your whole life, only to realize you were running in the wrong direction? You've worked hard. You've sacrificed. You've told yourself that happiness lives on the other side of success, wealth, or youth. But deep down, there's a whisper you keep ignoring. A quiet voice asking, what if everything you need is already here? If you've ever felt the weight of wanting more while your heart begs for peace, then Eleanor's story is your story. And what happens to her on that cold winter night may be the answer you've been searching for. In a quiet village tucked between rolling hills, there lived an elderly woman known simply as Eleanor. Her cottage was modest, weathered by time, but warmed by countless memories. She owned little. No fortune, no grand possessions, no legacy written in history books. Yet she carried something that money could never buy: contentment. Every morning, Eleanor would rise before dawn. She'd light her fireplace with practiced hands, boil water in her old copper pot, and prepare tea from herbs she'd gathered herself. While the steam curled upward, she'd sit by her window and watch the sun paint the sky. And every morning she smiled. The villagers knew her well. When their hearts grew heavy, they found their way to her door. She never turned anyone away. She'd pour them tea, listen without judgment, and somehow their burdens felt lighter when they left. One cold winter night, there came a soft knock. Eleanor opened her door to find a hooded figure standing in the snow. "May I come in?" the stranger asked. Eleanor stepped aside without hesitation. "Of course, it's far too cold to be wandering." The stranger removed their hood, revealing wise, ancient eyes. "You are Eleanor," they said. It wasn't a question. "I've walked many roads and heard many stories. Yours is different. You've asked for nothing, yet give everything. So tonight, I offer you a gift." Eleanor tilted her head curiously. "A gift?" "Yes," the stranger continued. "Outside your door you'll find 3 lanterns. Each one holds a different path. One will show you what you've lost. One will reveal what you never had. And one will grant you what your heart secretly desires. You may light only one." Eleanor studied the stranger's face. "And if I choose none?" The stranger smiled. "That is also a choice." They walked outside together. There in the snow sat 3 lanterns. One made of crystal gleaming like diamond. One carved from dark wood, mysterious and ornate. One made of simple clay, cracked and humble. The stranger gestured. "Choose." Eleanor looked at each lantern carefully. Then, without hesitation, she reached for the clay one. The stranger watched silently as she lifted it. "Why that one?" they asked softly. Eleanor held the lantern close. "Because," she said, "the best warmth I've ever known has come from simple things." She struck a match and lit the wick. The flame flickered to life, small but steady. The stranger waited, expecting something magical to appear. But there was only light. Just gentle, golden light casting shadows on the snow. "Do you feel disappointed?" the stranger asked. Eleanor shook her head slowly. "Why would I be? I came into this world with empty hands. Tonight, I still have my warmth, my breath, my gratitude. I've lost nothing." The stranger remained quiet for a long moment. Then they lit the other 2 lanterns. The crystal lantern glowed bright, and visions appeared within it. Eleanor saw herself young again, surrounded by wealth, adorned in fine clothes, living in a mansion filled with admirers. The wooden lantern burned dark red, and within its glow, Eleanor saw all the things she'd never experienced. Travels to distant lands, grand adventures, acclaim and recognition. The stranger turned to her. "You could have chosen these," they said gently. "You could have reclaimed your youth. You could have lived the life you never knew. You could have had everything you missed. Eleanor looked into the flames, then back at the stranger. "Everything I missed?" she repeated quietly. "But how can I miss what I never needed? How can I regret paths I never chose? Youth fades regardless. Adventures end. Recognition is forgotten." She lifted her simple clay lantern higher. "But this light is enough. This warmth is real. This moment is mine." She smiled then, the same gentle smile the villagers knew so well. True wealth isn't found in what fills your hands. It's found in the peace that fills your heart. The stranger finally understood. They bowed their head respectfully. Eleanor returned to her cottage, carrying her small clay lantern. She hung it by her window where it continued to glow softly. The stranger disappeared into the night, carrying with them a lesson they'd never forget. Sometimes happiness isn't hidden in the brightest lantern. It's not about choosing the grandest path or recovering what time has taken. It's about finding light in simple flames. It's about being grateful for the warmth you already hold. Be thankful for what you have. Find peace in the present moment. Sometimes, that small, steady light is the greatest treasure of all. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who might need this message today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories that can change the way you see your life. Thank you for spending this time with us. Until our next story, remember to stay present, stay peaceful, and most importantly, stay here now. See you soon.